you need to focus on stacking more positive evidence in your life. Look, if I were to lose everything today and go back to zero, like bank account at zero, just everything at zero from scratch, at this point in my life, I know I would be okay. And the only reason is because I have evidence that can positively reinforce the idea of me being okay. Because I've done it before, because I've made money before, because I've sold services before, because I've built a business before, right? That positive evidence gives you the ability to just see past the misfortune or the current adversities and simply keep moving forward. This applies to all areas of life. This could be with women, right? As soon as you have like a hot girlfriend, or as soon as you're with a hot girl, all of a sudden, if you lose that, if that's no longer a part of your life, you feel like you're going to be okay. Why? Because you have the evidence that you're capable of bagging that hot girl. It's the same thing in life, in business, with work, with relationships, friendships, every area, even fitness, right? If you've been buff before and all of a sudden you became a skinny bitch because you stopped going to the gym, kind of like me right now, you're going to be okay because you know that you have the discipline and the know-how on how to build muscle, right? It's the same exact thing. So maybe you're watching this and you feel down on your luck because your money's not where you want it to be. Maybe you don't enjoy your work, or maybe you just got out of a dysfunctional relationship and you're like, oh, my girlfriend left me and this, and that. Dude, as long as you have evidence, you're going to be okay. But what happens if you're younger or you're on the other side of things and you don't have that evidence yet? That's a whole different conversation, because then your priority should literally either be stacking evidence, building a skill set, gaining more confidence, having the self-discipline to see things through. And as a byproduct of doing those things properly, you'll be able to stack more evidence. And that's all it is. It's literally a game of building up your video game character, which is IRL, who you are as a person, to the point where you're stat padding at this point, right? And as you stat pad, you become more skilled, aka you build more positive evidence and just reinforce to yourself that you're going to be okay. It doesn't matter what happens. It's like pro athletes. Let's talk basketball players, right? Kobe Bryant, I don't know the exact stats, but I read something the other day that he probably averaged less than 40% from the field. 40%, yet he's known as one of the most iconic and best basketball players of all time. You're allowed to miss more than you make and be considered an absolute legend. Just think about that real quick. And the only reason why Kobe and other athletes are able to hop on the floor knowing that they oftentimes miss more than they make and still operate with confidence is because they stacked evidence. They stacked evidence throughout their childhood. They stacked evidence throughout early in their career. In practice every single day, when they're putting up shots, they're probably missing shots. But guess what? They know in their head that they're more than capable of making shots as well. So that's why they continuously show up. Baseball players, bro. I think I read like a crazy stat too that there's no player in the world that typically hits more than he misses. Unless it's like Shohei Ohtani or some shit. I don't know. Baseball, I don't know ball. It's not my sport. But I do know that these dudes are able to step up to the plate every single game with confidence and still take massive swings, trying to hit a home run, and not being tentative and pussyfooting about it simply because they stacked evidence. So take that philosophy, apply that to any area of your life, build evidence so that the next time you're confronted with adversity, misfortune, whatever it is that you want to label it, you're going to be okay, dude. You're going to be there standing in front of the face of adversity like a true stoic saying, okay, hit me with your best shot. I don't care. I can take this swing. Why? Because I have evidence. Once you get to the point in your life where you have evidence, and if you're younger and you're still going through this process of stacking evidence, there's a certain advantage to that as well. Because when you're young, you don't know what's possible and what's impossible. I feel like that youthful ignorance can also play into your favor. So that can be an advantage, but you have to capitalize on that. You have to ride the momentum of that. P equals mv squared, the most important equation you'll ever learn in your life, which stands for momentum, right? Once you start stacking positive momentum, run with it. You're going to fall at some point. You're going to trip over yourself because you're biting off more than you can chew. But at that point, when you're capitalizing on that positive momentum, you're stacking evidence, my friend. And that's all you need, because the next time that you go up to the bat, instead of being scared and being like, oh, I got lucky and this, and that, no, you have solidified evidence that proves that you're capable of doing the things that you want to do. That's it.